Betsy, and today we have a fun video for you. We're going to be testing out the new Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. Now, I originally wasn't going to purchase this, but whenever I purchased the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette, this was on Ulta's website, and I had a bunch of points from Ulta, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up since it wasn't costing me real money anyway. So I ordered this. It retails for $49. The outside box is cute, kind of plain, doesn't really remind me too much of pumpkin spice, but the inner palette is much cuter. So we'll go ahead and open that up. So this is what it looks like. Now on the outer carton, it's got all of the shades, all the ingredients, the normal stuff that comes along with it. I don't think this one came with a lookbook. Sometimes Too Faced palettes come with a lookbook, but look at this packaging. So if you look at the pumpkin part, it looks like icing. And I didn't buy the gingerbread extra spicy, but I do have the gingerbread spice. So let's go ahead and open up both of them to see what shades kind of overlap. So if you look, that's the problem with these palettes. So if you look, there are a few shades like Gumdrop and Spice is Nice and Ginger Spice and Your Spicy that look very similar. Then Gingerbread and Spice Baby look really similar. But all in all, there are some similar shades, but it's not too much of an overlap. And they have distinct scents. So we'll go ahead and start off by swatching just like we normally do. So we're going to start off with Whipped Cream, Crisp, Fall For It, Pumpkin Spice. So we've got Whipped Cream. You can see that on my tan line spot. Crisp, Fall For It, and Pumpkin Spice. So far they feel really nice. Not too bad. Okay. Next up we have Ginger Spice, Cocoa Drizzle, Fall Vibes, and Sweetie Pie. And I saw Karen Harris do a video with this and I thought it was really pretty too. So Ginger Spice, Cocoa Drizzle, Fall Vibes. Ooh, that feels really nice and looks really pretty. Sweetie Pie. That is one of those poopy browns that I love so much. So there's some very interesting colors. Falling For You, Spice Baby, You Spicy, Warm and Cozy. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. So we've got Falling For You, Spice Baby, You Spicy, Warm and Cozy. Okay. So that's 2 rows down. So far, it feels really nice. We'll see how it applies. Then we've got Oh My Gourd, A La Mode, Want a Piece of Me, Love You a Latte. So we'll switch to the side of my arm. So we've got Oh My Gourd, A La Mode, Want a Piece of Me, Love You a Latte, and then the last 2 are PSL and Chill and Spice of Life. So PSL and Chill, Spice of Life. So that purple definitely pulls very cool toned, and I'm excited to play with this. Fall in Texas is actually one of my favorites because outside is actually tolerable. It's like summer for the rest of the world, but I love fall colors like mustards and poopy browns and all that fun kind of stuff. So we're gonna start off by priming our eyes. And typically the bar palettes like this from Too Faced are always pretty good quality. Now there are some exceptions to the rule, but especially on a lot of their holiday releases, but everything that I've gotten from Too Faced that is in the bar palette, and I've had a lot, I don't have them all anymore. Because right now I think the only ones I have are the Clover palette, the Gingerbread Spice, the Chocolate Gold are the four in the new Pumpkin Spice. So we're gonna start off with, so I'm gonna go really orange today. This is the BK Beauty 201. We're gonna go into the shade Pumpkin Spice. So we'll use that as our transition. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think what I want to do first though is I'm going to grab another brush. Oh, this is another 201 brush. I guess one was in the Essential Eye Brush and one was in the Brick Clark bundle. And I'm going to go into the shade Whipped Cream. And I'm just going to use that to set the upper part of my eyelid. Plus that'll kind of help with the discoloration on my eyelids because the eye primer I'm using is transparent, which is fine. I like that eye primer. It's not a bad eye primer. But if you notice, my eyelids are very discolored. So I want to kind of even them out before I apply a lot of color. But that Pumpkin Spice color, that is gorgeous. And Karen Harris, she's a Tan Girl Friendly Makeup on YouTube. Her YouTube name is Karen Harris. She used this palette before I got it in because she was able to go to Ulta and pick it up. I could not because Ulta was closed because of the hurricane down here, so I had to order it online. And she used it, and she used like the purples and stuff, and her eye look, let me tell you, was stunning. Absolutely stunning. Look how pretty that looks. I'm very, very impressed. And I've only put 2 mattes on my eyes. Okay. So now I think I'm gonna go into the shade Ginger Spice. Right here, using the same brush, but oh yeah, that's pretty. Trying to keep that much lower on the eyelid. And as you can see today, I'm not using the eye tapes. I don't use them all the time. Sometimes I just use a makeup wipe and just wipe up to kind of clean up the edge. Or I'll just use my foundation or concealer. And sometimes I just want kind of more of a blown out look. But the Ginger Spice is that deeper orange. And it's pretty. So if you are looking for a new palette for fall, this might be something for you. But yeah, Too Faced, I've always loved Too Faced, but they don't always love me, I guess is the best way to say it, because, you know, their quality is so hit and miss. So now I'm gonna go into the pink shade, the You're Spicy. Now with the orange, it's not pulling as pink as it actually looks, but it's still really pretty. And I'm using the BK Beauty 202 brush. I've really been loving these BK Beauty brushes. Now, if you have a lot of warm tone palettes, is this something that you need? If you have the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, probably not. But if you're looking for new warm tones with a little bit of purple thrown in and a little bit of green, this might be the palette for you. Now I'm just taking the 201 brush and I'm just going back over everything and making sure we are all blended, because I love a really blended eye look. And I don't mind like that grungy, I love that grungy look. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the BK Beauty 204, small little domed brush. I love this for the lower lash line and adding some more depth to the crease. So I'm going to go into the shade, which one was it? Warm and Cozy. In here, it doesn't look as red as it actually does when you apply it. Look how much depth that just added. Do I think you need to use this many eyeshadows? No, not particularly, but I like to use, whenever I'm testing out a palette for the first time, I like to use as many colors as I possibly can. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply more of the purple tones to the lower lash line today. But I am loving the depth of this eye look. I think it's really, really pretty. And to me, summer's all about like the lighter makeup almost. And when you get to fall, winter, you can really do a lot more vampy. Like summer's for my brights, fall, winter is for my like truly vampy colors. This is beautiful. Really pretty. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave the mattes there. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the mattes already. And there are 18 shades. So now let's apply something to our crease. So I'm gonna start off by cleaning off, this is just a Cuvage brush, it's a flat domed brush. Where's my glitter glue? There's my glitter glue. Grab my glitter glue. There we go. I'm gonna spread that all over my eyelid. Now this palette, one thing I will say is it doesn't have a whole lot of really impactful shimmers, which is completely fine in my book because I have like my Clionadh Cosmetics multi-chromes. I also have the Natasha Denona extra multi-chrome. So I can always add something like that in. So I'm gonna pick up the shade Fall Vibes, which is that greeny gold. And I'm going to apply that all over my lid. There we go. I'll tell you this, my skin has not liked me lately and my eyelids are hurting because of sweat and exercise and wiping my face. It's so weird. So now I'm just taking that 202 brush and just kind of going over the edges just to make sure everything is nice and blended. And then I'm going to take that same 204 brush and just use that to kind of pat over that edge to make sure it's blended into Fall Leaves. So we're patting over Spice of Life into Fall Leaves. So far, I'm loving this eye look. Let me go put on the rest of my face and we'll do the lower lash line and talk about my thoughts on it. Okay, so I'm back and I have the rest of my face on, everything except for lashes or mascara and my under part of my eye look. So I think what I'm gonna start off by doing is I'm gonna take the ColourPop BFF Gel Eyeliner in Charmer, which is more of like a purpley maroon shade, and use that to line my waterline. I think that will go really pretty with what I'm planning. So we like that. Now I'm gonna gotta move my stuff out of the way. My desk is a mess, not a mess. This is the 204 brush. And we're gonna go into the Spice of Life shade right there. And just dust that underneath my lower lash line. I thought that this might clash, but it really isn't. It really is pulling off just slightly purple, which is really what I wanted. Now I'm going to take this brush, the 205 brush. It's just an angled kind of fluffy brush. And I'm going to go into the shade Love You a Latte and use that to really smoke out the lower lash line. Let me tell you, part of the reason why I love to do this technique under my eyes. So like as you age, you get wrinkles right underneath your lash line. When you smoke it out using this technique, it really does help hide some of those wrinkles, or at least it does in my opinion. See how good that looks? Loving that. Now I'm just taking, this is a Kaleidos brush. This is their S1, which is just like a fluffy blender. And I'm holding it low and just taking the edge and just making sure everything is nice and blended out. Now I need something to be able to do my inner corner highlight. So I think I'm gonna go into the shade Oh My Gourd. We're gonna wet that because I want it to be a little bit more impactful. So this is much more of a pink shimmer. And I like the size of this brush. This is one of the Kaleidos brushes again. This is the S5, and as you can see, it is just the tiniest little pencil brush for getting in and doing your inner corner. And then just ever so slightly using that right under my brow bone. So all in all, this is the finished look. Just add some mascara. Essence Lash Princess, one of my favorites. This is the purple tube. I think it says it's the Sculpted Volume Mascara. I think this is the False Lash Effect one. I can't remember. But I mean, look what a difference just applying some mascara makes. Sometimes it's hard to see what an eye look's going to be until you apply the mascara. Or at least in my opinion. Okay. So, let's talk. Oh. Setting spray. Almost forgot the setting spray. That's the ColourPop Hyaluronic, the Pretty Fresh. And I use this all the time, and I have barely gone through any of it. This mister on here is so fine. I love it, and it smells so good. So, let's talk about the Pumpkin Spice palette. I think it is absolutely stunning. I mean, you can see The quality is superb. This is the good kind of Too Faced palette, so just so you know, this is the quality that you expect from Too Faced, but you don't always get. Is it worth $49? Now that's always up to you. I don't like to tell people just jump out there and go buy something just because it's new and now, but I like it. Now I am, again, one of those people, I collect eyeshadow palettes. I hardly have any bronzers. I have like 5 bronzers, but I have 200 plus eyeshadow palettes. They make me happy. I love color stories. But if you have like the gingerbread spice palette or the extra spicy, several other palettes, you really don't need this one. But I do think that the quality is great and this color story is stunning. And I am happy that I purchased it. So I guess that's it. Don't forget to check me out on all my social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. And I will probably be posting another video tomorrow. I'm still trying to catch up on all of the new products that I got in. But I guess that's it. So we shall see y'all tomorrow. Bye.